Wo sind die Leute da und haben gewartet? Hello. I'm going to be testing my microphone. Make sure everybody can hear me. There's the dogs are making a lot of noise. They're playing with their toys over there. We have 4 people watching. Hello, good evening. Can you hear me? Hello, excellent, very good. Okay, let me turn off the fan. I think that's making a lot of noise. Okay. Oh, man, that's a lot better. So, greetings, Bob. How are you? Glad to see everybody. So we got the usual suspects, I say, as Björn would say, I guess. Oh, excellent. Hello. Let's see if we can break the record of 25 people today. This would be awesome. It's the first live stream, is it? Yes, it's the first live stream in 2022. Also, Happy New Year, I guess we could say. So, just opened up a liquid bread. Oh. Okay. Yeah, it's the new year. I hope everybody slid well into the new year. I just got home from work today, and a lot of things. I left a little early. Been going to work earlier so I could get out earlier. I've been doing some work at the camp. We'll be getting a storage unit for my bees. So we'll be cleaning out the ground there so I can set that up. Yes, thank you. Happy New Year as well. So this year, hopefully, the bee season will excel. I'm going to be getting a storage unit, throw my stuff from the basement into the storage unit right where the bee station is, which is really cool. So I don't have to haul stuff around and not have things. I have something at the house, and yeah, so that's going to be a real big upgrade for that part of the operation. But that's going to be a lot of work. Being delivered next Friday, and I have to get everything perfectly ready. I still find out how I'm going to lift that off the truck, but that's another problem. Well, 2022, yes, that has only been like 6 days now, yes. But so we'll see how that goes. Let's go. Okay, yes, what else? Working on the campus. I've been able to pave some of the driveway a little bit today. The rain here is absolutely just, we had floods actually. The last couple of days it rained so much in one instance that there was here in the major rivers where I usually go camp for gold. They were flooded up to the fields that they were usually like 20 feet below. So it's really interesting this summertime to go camp for some gold up in there. There'll be fresh deposits everywhere in all the good spots. We go find some. I didn't even get to all the good spots this year. I was so busy. I was thinking this year as well, we're going to be getting some, expanding the camp and getting some rabbits maybe and some chickens. But I really have to think about that because that's a lot of responsibility and time. And I have no experience with any of those animals, so I must do some reading and obtain books. Yeah. So I have to do a lot of research first. It's like I do with my bees. I spent an entire year learning about beekeeping, and I've visited people and I asked questions, and I got to actually hands-on go visit their bee station a couple of times to see what I'm getting into if I really want to do this. And they explained to me what the cycle of the year, what kind of work you're going to be getting into, and I should be aware of what goals I'm setting and to maintain the basic necessities, before I go trying to go and make big things happen here. But I lost almost all my bee colonies this year due to bad weather and a little bit of bad luck, I guess. But I don't think I did too much wrong. The the local beekeepers around here, they have the same problem. So I was very lucky to at least still be able to obtain my small 2 colonies. We'll see how they do. The weather, I didn't get a chance earlier today to do the knock test. So listen, put your ear up to the box and knock on it and hear the bees. If they hear them make a noise, and you know they're still there. You don't have to open the lid. So I'll have to do that this weekend. Check to make sure they're doing all right. They should have plenty of food. I just have to make sure they're still doing well. Hello, Matthias T-Man. How are you? Good evening, Brian. People are starting to roll in here. That's good. We're trying to see if we can. Oh, 7 people in 7 nights. That's 100%. That's awesome. That's pretty cool. Yeah. See if we can make trying to get more than 25 people to show up today. I did advertise this live stream, I think, pretty well in advance. So looking forward to this weekend. I will be doing a video in German I had quite a few requests actually, because there are quite a few subscribers here that are from my local area here from Germany, and that don't speak English. And I think it's kind of, I would like to do something for them too, so that they feel part of the whole thing, and they kind of miss out a little bit. So what I'll be doing this weekend is I will be filming a video in German introducing the channel and the dogs and what we do, and it's basically like an intro to the channel in German, and basically the whole rundown of what the channel's about and what I do here on Berserker Gang 2019 and who's involved. And I don't think Vanessa knows, but she'll be there too, I hope. She's trying to hide over there, but yeah, she'll be on the camera along with the dogs, and we'll be doing a pretty much introduction to who we are and what we do here on the channel and in German, so that nobody comes short here when they come to visit the channel and be all part of the community. I understand that the majority of everybody's in the United States, Australia, and Canada, and Norway, and Scandinavia. However, there's a good percentage of my German subscription here in Germany, so I'd like to be fair to them and give them some participation, so that everybody can feel like they're part of this part of the Berserker gang. I like to say, although it's not really like a gang, but it's like a pun on words, really. If you make it into like a brand, yeah. I'm trying to build my, I don't know if that's the right word. I'm not a fan of capitalism and marketing someone's name, but if that's how things work in the world, and if I'm ever going to be successful with this, I have to kind of play the game a little bit, maybe with some of my own rules. And yeah, Berserker 2019 is going to be part of the Berserker gang, you know, part of us. But the original word originates from the Germanic language, Berserkergang, which means going berserk. So that's quite an interesting fact. And I'm a big fan of I'm fascinated about the concept of Viking berserkers. So that's where I got the name to start my channel in the first place. Yeah, thank you, Bob. I think so too. I don't want to leave anyone left out, because I understand completely and how people would feel. It's especially if I was watching, for example, a Norwegian blacksmithing video, and he's doing something and explaining, and I have no idea what he's saying. I'd like to give the opportunity to at least briefly touch on the important information to include in everybody, which is the idea for all. So this weekend it'll be a little bit weird being German. A lot of people actually, I did a poll on the community post asking to see, and the majority of people said yes, so I'm going to make a video about that. It's going to be, like I said, an introduction to my channel about what we do here, and I think it'll be pretty much fun. Thank you, Wire Dino. Thank you. That's a great, I wish the same to you. And we were just quickly talking about this upcoming video here. It's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be in German. To give some people the opportunity to feel like they're part of the 100% of our community here. So, and yeah, so I've been working on the camp a little bit today after work, and it's very, very difficult because of the weather. But I did do some agricultural improvements today. I tilled the one small area that I had. I'm planning to do lots of cool crops this year: tomatoes, potatoes, onions. Although I don't eat onions, I know someone who does. See a smile. Yeah, and all the things that I grow that I eat myself, I'm trying to take a step further into the direction of self-sufficiency, which is never really 100%, but it's going to be growing process, I guess you can say. And to keep the idea of the Viking farm alive, Viking camp, and to contribute to the channel, the aesthetics of it all will be to keep it looking as historically inspired as possible, which won't be 100%, of course, but it has to still be efficient. That's the thing. It has to be efficient. It's not efficient. It's yeah, it won't work for me because I'm just myself. I have to do all the work, and if it's not efficient, then I'll be wasting my time because YouTube is not going to pay for that at the moment, and I don't think in the first couple of years, probably, I don't think down the road that it's an uphill process. Show me Sasquatch. Welcome to your I guess your first live stream here with me. I guess you got to make it this time. It's really difficult, I think, for some people for this time of the day. But for me, I get home from work and I do a bunch of things until I get settled in at the house. It's about 9:00 and my time here. So I think 18:30. We'll try this out for a couple months, and if it doesn't work, we'll have to maybe vote on a better time, and I'll have to rearrange. Maybe in the summertime, I can push it later into the evenings because we have more daylight. But right now, I come home in the dark, I leave in the dark, and my day ends at about 6 o'clock in the evening, so I can't do much. Yes, what else? So this year, we got the dogs running around making all this noise. That's what you're hearing in the background there. So I'd like to greet everybody with a skull. To keep my voice blue, I don't like to talk a lot, and on one piece without difficult. Comedian Sasquatch of your local woods. That's funny. Yeah, it's quite a funny. Yes, a skull. Yeah. Do it again every time I do a skull. Be like Apatora, Tora Eckhoff. Fortunately, he had an accident, and I guess he, yeah, that was last year. My Kuxa, yeah, guess what? You see this Band-Aid on my finger? It cracked. So I took it down to the basement, and I said, let's see if I can save it. And little Pooh Bear over here jumped up and hit me in the elbow, and I rammed the knife into my hand down to the bone. I was very happy about that. Dropped the Kuxa, and it cracked in half. Yeah. That happens, I guess. That's this is called collateral damage, having dogs. You lose fingers and eyeballs and, But, so I did have the cherry one, which by popular demand I did give to the camera person. And Nessa has it now. And I guess we'll cherish it because it's out of cherry wood. Kind of wood. What beer? Yeah. Yeah, so but I have new tools, and I am very, very happy with them. I have a piece of, it's called what is it called? I forgot, but it goes on the grinder, and you use it as sort of like a, what do you call it, router bit? Ball gouge, that's what it's called. Yes, it's a circular gouge that fits on the grinder, and you very carefully at a 45-degree angle shape the cup part of your kuksa, your bowl, whatever it is you make, and yeah, it hurt a lot, and I was very, very angry And little Prince over here. By the way, his nickname is Pooh. If you ever hear me call him Pooh, you'll know it's Prince. No, I'm not calling you over here. Don't come over here. I'll jump up and knock the computer down. He's over here. Say hello to Prince, everybody. Here he is. Hello, Pooh. Hello, Pooh Bear. Hello. Yes. Okay, you need to go. Okay? Go. Up. Yes. Stay away from the computer. Yeah, he jumps into, he doesn't have a feeling of finesse. He just jumps into the situation, knocks everything down. Yeah, the bit is, I will send you a link. Yes, I will. Well, I tried it out and I was so amazed. I saw the videos, you know how some advertisements are overly rated. You get the advertisement that fascinates you, and you get the item, and you're like, this doesn't work, and you know you've been spoofed by an advertisement. But I got this, and I was like, okay, so let's try this out. I also did pay a quite pretty penny for this tool, so I was expecting it to perform. So I tried it out on a random piece of wood, and it worked very well. And basically, to cut it short, you can carve the cup, the hollow part of where the liquid goes in the tuksa, in about less than 5 minutes with this bit on the grinder, versus about 2 hours with the hand tools. And you know how I'm a fan of power tools, especially for the fact that for a living, I'm a mechanic, and your hands, when you come home, I can't explain the pain that you have in some times of the year, especially when it's cold out. You just can't, they don't work anymore. It's like the kaput's broken. And I appreciate power tools for the fact that I don't have to do the work that my fingers would have to do. And in order to enjoy the work, I need to be able to use the power tools to do it efficiently and to do more of it so I could share that with you on YouTube. And that's the plan. I believe that if Vikings had power tools, if they wouldn't have kind of died out because of Christianity, capitalism, and war on each other and with the places they went to go raid, they would love power tools and they'd rule the world. I think that that would be an interesting fact, maybe some kind of sci-fi movie someday. Yeah. So we got, let's see what we got here. We got a Dremel. Yes, I have a Dremel. I use, honestly, I don't like the Dremel tool because for some reason, I just don't like having to go buy expensive little tiny pieces, bits all the time. Yeah. That's the only reason I don't go and buy it. Vanessa loves Dremel. It's got this professional master Dremel box. It's got little drawers in it with all tools. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. But she does carving as well. And when we get it set up here, when things calm down a little bit in the new year, we'll be setting up her YouTube channel. It's about nature and about the runes and carving wood. And it's a really, really awesome channel we're going to be building here. But we're taking a little bit slow, so we like to put everything in place with the experience that we've been building now off of this channel for the last couple of years now. So I do like hand carving. It's just sometimes if I have to make something and I want something done like tomorrow, it has to be power tools. Especially if I'm building a project that has to be done, because there's other projects that are already lined up in my time management, which I don't have a lot. Time is my worst enemy. I do not have a lot of time. Yes, I think that would be cool. Yes, and yeah, Bob, sure you understand what you know, what I'm talking about then. Yeah, 5 minutes. I mean, and then you clean the inside. Because it does, if you're not careful, it does leave some burr marks in there. And I tried a couple of pieces of wood, and if you're not careful, it will. Oh, little tool here. Yeah. But the power cable is right there, and if you step on it, this will be all gone. So hold on. Yeah, nice and big kisses. Where's my other dog? I think he went upstairs. Okay. Yeah, my dogs. That's why I get up and go to work in the morning, I guess. It was a tough day today, so let's go. Yeah, the extra power tools do help. It doesn't, especially if you're making things to, in the future, possibly to support your income. You want to get all the right power tools to make it very efficient and easy for you to make your income. And that is one thing why I'm racking up on tools right now. And it's important to find the right tools for what you're doing. And maybe for video purposes, do one or two traditional, the hand tool method. However, it's very, very hard if you were to do just manual labor to make a living with primitive technology, such as carving a bowl or using, or blacksmith work nowadays. If you were to open a blacksmith shop today and you wanted to live off of your income, you would need a MIG welder, a TIG welder. You would need efficient training and use of those, and you would have to have certainly power tools to be able to make a living in this industrialized modern world with such an old craft as being a blacksmith. Okay. Hi, you need this? You need this? Okay. Who likes to give kisses? No. But he can't be even with a computer because he has no finesse. He'll knock everything down and not know he did something wrong. So, you know who? Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, dogs. Yeah, strangers in the woods. It's a small world. Something to remember. You could be in the middle of nowhere, and out of just randomness, some person on a horse shows up. That's happened to me quite often. And I am, well, in the past I have been avid metal detectorist. This is pronounced it that way. And you won't believe where you will meet people. I'll say, I'm going up there, down through the bush, into the ditch, over there, because I think there's something cool over there. And you'll be digging a hole, and some old lady with her dog will be walking through. Did I just say dog? Is that the word? Yeah. It will be, somebody will show up. Yeah. Somebody will just randomly show up in the middle of nowhere. There's always somebody watching you, always people. And you're finding people leaving tracks in the fire. That's kind of, yeah. If you go and get up that flats, who wants to be part of the live stream? Yeah, so I do a lot of projects for my own use, and most of the projects I do, honestly, I don't sell because I'm not at that point where I can make something to make it a lot. So if I make something, I have to make 10 of them to be able, or 100 of something to be able to sell them. And at that point, I have to be sure that out of 100 are absolutely perfect. And to do something with that uh, exact quality, I have to have time. I don't have the time. Usually I make something because it's a cool project. I want to make this because it's on my mind. It's fascinating me. It's something I can't stop thinking about, so I have to go do it. So I make, for example, I make a box out of wood, and I finish it. And then another one and another one, and then I go, okay, this one I can put, this old box I have in the living room, holds all the fire kindling. I can replace that with this nice one I just made. It's kind of hiking the age. It looks cool in the living room with all my other trinkets and relics over here. And then I have two left over, and then I think I want to make another. And I watch a video, and I see someone else make a really cool box set. It's like, wow, I want to make another one. And I make another one, and then I have these three boxes. What do I do with these? Somebody comes by and says, oh, this is so cool. And I instantly realized that if that person had that thing that they just looked at would really it already found a new home the second they just looked at it. So I just say, here, it's yours. I just when I do my projects, it's kind of like a way that I and include all of the stress and negative energy that you encounter from day to day, and I implement those by doing these projects, kind of like a release. It's like, okay, out of negative energy and negative feelings, I make something positive, and then I extend it to somebody that didn't expect it, that gets kind of an extra level of positive feeling to it, by giving those things away to somebody that's at the right moment in time. So that's why basically I do all these projects and try to stay super busy. I usually end up with more things than I know what to do with, and they usually all find a home to make somebody and give somebody unique to them that's only one of a kind, and they'll cherish, and it's related to where I made it. So it's, you can trace it back to the channel. You can always tune in and say, yeah, look, I made it on that video, or for example, that's pretty cool. And in future, as the channel will grow, I plan to open an Etsy store, maybe together with Vanessa, and we'll put some things out there. Because of course we know we're owing money, and it'd be cool to be able to do things that I enjoy for a living rather than get up and do a 9-to-5 job. However, we'll see how that goes. So that's the plan. So we can leave here. Yeah, if people taking over your camps in the woods, that is a very, very true thing. I don't know. That's just people. People are people. There will be people who come along, and when I was hunting here in Germany, I had a lot of stress with random people coming to your stands, and actually they would do some terrible things because people are people. And they don't realize that there's a lot of time and money and energy invested to keep those stands in working conditions so that they're safe, and people would come by and rip the stairs down. They would take the benches and throw them out. They would use it like a bathroom. They poop all over it, and that's just we had a couple of people light some on fire. Yeah, well, that's how it was. Hunting here in Germany, I don't think you can compare it to a lot of other places in the world. It's pretty strict here, and there's a lot of rules on how you have to treat animals, and I think Germany is the only place where animals have more rights than humans, which is, I guess, it's a good thing, because we're told how to humanely hunt, treat, and kill these animals is prey here. And in some places, I don't know, bow hunting is allowed, and in Germany, for example, it is not, for that same reason. You don't kill the animal right then and there. You don't shoot it when it's dead. It just runs off. And so. But there's a couple of reasons I don't go hunting with the big clique here anymore. I get invitations once in a while with good friends. We go out, but the clique here, the communities that are formed within the hunting community, involve a lot of high-class, wealthy people that have their nose up so high in the clouds that me, being someone who goes to my regular greasy job every day, I'm just somebody, and you see that quite often. So I don't like to be included in that. I kind of stepped away from that and only go once in a while now with good friends. And what we do hunt, we use almost 90% of the whole animal. I mean, the bones, they get made into, you can even cook the bones in the soup. Some of the bones the dogs get, some of the bones get used as tools, because we're a lot of handful of guys that do the same idea here than we're doing here at the channel, but they're not on YouTube. They do this stuff they just travel a lot here during the medieval festivals in the summertime. Yeah, you have to make something. I'm not sure still. I mean, my absolute favorite, as you guys probably know, I love forging those flint strikers. It's just a blast every time. and I am really always interested in who, come, who? Yeah? Okay. Yeah, he's upstairs. Normally dogs think upstairs, it's not loud, but I guess she's got everything under control, so that's good. Yeah, so my favorite is the Flint Strikers. So I really enjoy doing that. I do that a lot off camera too because I can't be forging Flint Strikers every time I film a forging video. That's going to bore everybody to death and leave the channel. That's cool. I got a message up here that says the connection is unstable. Is everybody still there? Am I talking to myself again? Yes, good. So I'll keep talking, and if something comes up, you guys have to let me know so I can stop, and we may have to end the stream possibly. So, okay. So, Wolf Outdoors, welcome. I didn't catch you popping in here. We got a lot of messages there, but I'm happy to see you. Welcome. Okay, we'll keep talking then. Boogers. Yeah, hunting, harassment, and it is what it is, and then just leave it at that, I guess. But it is something I still do enjoy from time to time when I get an invitation from a good friend and we go out, and it's really a good time just to get out. And I really love going out in the snow. It's my absolute favorite. Yeah, so what else we got planned for this year? We have talking about forging projects. I would like to do a lot of things this year. I'd like to forge my own axe. A buddy of mine is also starting a YouTube channel here soon. I'm giving him some help with his blacksmith shop. He's actually had it set up at his house behind his next to his tool shed, and a local German buddy of mine, and he's actually doing quite well. He's progressing absolutely, really fast. He's got almost all the right equipment in place now, and he's got lots of advice that I gave him, and we worked at his shop the other day, and it was a blast to actually use electricity and an air-driven forge. It was just like you put the piece of iron in, 15 seconds later it's ready to go again. It's just, and you don't have to sit there and put all your energy into making that fire the right temperature, and it's a real difficult task, you know. That's kind of what the challenge is up at the Viking camp. There's no wall socket I can plug the air blower in and just turn the air up, and I have the temperature I want. You know, there it is, boom, and then just forge all day. No, it's everything I do is hard work, and I have to bring my DeWalt power tools and to be able to cut metal and grind it and do my work efficiently, fast. So that's the thing I kind of miss a little bit, but it's kind of the cult, what do you call it, the German word I'm trying to translate to English. It kind of gives the aesthetics of the Viking camp. It kind of adds that touch that makes it special and identifies it as something that you don't see on YouTube quite as often. So I think that's a kind of a cool thing. At one point, I really would like DeWalt power tools to give me some assistance, some sponsorship in some way or form. If they could send me free stuff, I'll review it and unbox it and test it on my channel and take it out and do some projects with it. But that's just a plan. You know, that's something. Hopefully it works. If not, because I do love their products, and that's all I use. And we'll see if we can get that to happen. That'd be awesome. I do need a generator, Bob. You're absolutely right. And I'm looking. The ones that I'm seeing now, the old military ones, I'm not. For some reason, they don't. I guess they don't tickle my fancy. I guess that's the thing, because of the age of the machines that you get on the internet. And then I was at the power tool store the other day, actually it was 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, right before Christmas a little bit. He had a generator in there, and it was 2,000 euros. It's strong enough to hook my MIG welder right up to it, which would be so cool if I could take my MIG welder up to the Viking camp. That'd be awesome. I'd be doing some stuff that we couldn't dream of before. That's yeah, and we could do full-blown live streams, like right at the forge, from using 220 power right off the generator. You can run the computer all day with cameras. That's something I have to invest in, and right now that money is not available to throw at something I won't need urgently. I'm looking at buying a new couple of vehicles here, so I'm trying to invest in that at the moment. Some all-wheel drive vehicles. That's what we really need right now. Oh yeah, I don't know. I probably would just try it. I don't know if you have dogs, let them poop there. I don't know. Maybe it would work. Who knows? Um, yeah, or just leave a little friendly note. There's actually, speaking of leaving a friendly note, there's a property we're looking at. It's an off-grid property. It's about an hour away from here, and somebody's been breaking in the little house that's in there and stealing all the stuff and vandalizing the interior. And this house is fortified pretty well. It's got metal shutters, and someone managed to actually bust one of them open and get inside. Which is a shame, but it's not. The damage isn't too bad yet to say it's ruined. But I was very angry at the fact that someone did that and was rude enough to not close the windows back up. It's kind of an abandoned property. The driveway has trees growing in it taller than me, so it's at least been abandoned for 10 years. So what I did was I took my little book out of my pockets that I always carry on, my little notepad, and I wrote a nice little letter to "Dear visitor of this facility, I do not appreciate that you have stolen items out of this house, and I would kindly ask you to return them. This facility is camera and video and sound recorded, and above this video has this facility has surveillance, and you have been filmed and recorded. Please just return the stolen items." And I stuck it in the metal roll items, and I stuck it in there, and to see what would happen, to see what's it's kind of I guess it's called a social experiment. So we're going to go back there this weekend and see if they actually brought stuff back. They still, even though I have no idea who they are and who even owns the property, because we're still trying to get a hold of the owner because we're interested in it. So we kind of just, because the fence is down, we kind of explored it a little bit and discovered it in that manner. We're like, well, look at this. There's a house here. Holy cow. So now we're trying to see how much it would be to buy that. Solar cameras. Yeah, they're quite expensive. I need about 4 of them, and I checked they'd be $1,000. And I want the ones that send the picture right to my cell phone, which would be the best, because I could just drive straight up in there and surprise somebody. Yeah, I thought so too. And if it doesn't do anything, I mean, I thought it was a fancy joke. Yeah, the younger generation. Yeah, I guess it's vandalizing things. I don't understand. When I was younger, we explored places all the time, but we never threw rocks through windows, or we tried to find ways in if there was like some old place, but we climbed through something that someone else had already destroyed. Or the curiosity is always a factor. But it's called the broken window effect. If someone sees a window broken, they won't bother to throw a rock through the other, and that's I guess how that goes. And today's generation, I guess, of younger people is kind of not attached to nature in any way, the small majority. And the things they're teaching in school now are ruining the idea of actually what that means, being part with nature. And you see the young generation out there, Fridays for Future, for example, they'd rather go and, instead of go to school, get an education, and go out and change the world with some professional knowledge and make the world a better place with some kind of industrial revolution of green technology or some invention or some kind of really good idea. They'd rather go around and vandalize the existing social structures and destroy things, destroy people's property with an angry hatred that is absolutely unjustified. It's not justified in any manner. And that's today's culture, I guess. Our modern culture is taking over. The cancel culture is taking over everything else, and that is part of the cancel culture. It's destroying the simple common sense that we have left in society and replacing it with it's okay to be a confused young person who wants to have this motif of changing the world a better place, but we have to destroy the SUVs. We have to stab the tires on everybody who has an SUV, a gas guzzling giant has to have. We'll stab the tires on their personal property. That's going to save the environment. Sure. Yeah, I don't think so. But I'm not someone to judge that. And then this is there's on this channel, I do not like to include political motifs. I do have quite a few of my own against what's going on in the world today because I'm affected by it to an extreme measure. But I wish to keep that off camera as far as possible because that's not what my channel is about. And being what it is, it's real easy to get kicked to the curb if you speak out to the public on the wrong topics. And yeah, I'm trying to make YouTube my alternate income. So I have to be kind of selective about how and what I do on my channel. So I want people to know what I think, but I do not want that to be the motifs of all my videos and projects here to be blogging, or is it blog? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but yeah, that's not what my channel is about. People need to know that what Berserker Game 2019 is, that I don't accept any more bullshit straight up this year from people who make my life difficult with nonsense. I don't even turn on the news because it makes me angry, and I don't like being angry. And try to function at my workplace from 9 to 5 so that I have a living to live off of, to be able to do things and support having you guys here. So, yeah, I think I just explained it to you guys. I think that was pretty easy to do. But I am glad there are people out here on YouTube who have the resources and the courage to do what they do, to help people wake up and open their eyes and ears and go out and listen and realize what's going on is not okay. That's not what I can do on YouTube. If my sole existence here on YouTube will disappear within seconds if I change my attitude towards my channel. And I just want you guys to know that, since you guys are all the usual crowd I really appreciate your support for being part of this. And I cannot do any of this, or any of these great things that we do, without all of you tuning into my videos, to my live streams, leaving comments, subscribing to my channel, giving me very wise and interesting suggestions for new videos and opinions that I have, if they were plausible to post on the channel. And this is the only reason that we've grown to be this far, and still milestones away from where I'd like to go. Last year I tried to get monetized. It was this close, at 3,800 watch hours. And a week later I check it and it's at 1,200. I almost wanted to go click the delete button on my channel because it made me very, very angry. And I was trying to find excuses for why. So I started looking and looking and looking. I guess all my old videos were expiring, if you would say. The watch hours for those videos were older than 365 days. So YouTube takes those off, which made me a bit angry. So I decided to shift gears for this new year, and I will be posting a lot of videos to the best of my ability with very interesting and entertaining content to try to achieve that goal. And I'm glad you guys are there for all of it, all along the way. I'm very glad to have you guys here. And hopefully someday we'll have 7,000 likes and 1,300 or 1,400 thumbs up. Skull. Oh, I haven't had anything to eat yet tonight. We have rolled the dice on the dinner menu today, and it was order pizza. So sometime down the road here, she's upstairs in her workstation up there. Sometime we will be ordering pizza tonight. Yeah, campfire. I was just, I don't know who it was I was talking with. I think it was this Matthias Truman. We were just having a discussion on the off of YouTube or on Skype there. And a fire is one of the most symbolic things of the Germanic existence there is. Fire is the most sacred being of things that you can have. So it resembles rebirth, and it cleans the old. It resembles energy, warmth. It gives life through its energy, and it can also take life from its energy, and it completely sterilizes what has been, and it gives for a new finish, a new start. So it's a very, very interesting thing that you just mentioned around a campfire, because the energy that is given off from such a experience, if someone is completely unaware or for the right words, from such an experience can change somebody's life. It's like flipping a switch. For them, it was like that magical moment. It's like they were really out in the forest with the campfire with other people, and for them, it was like flipping a switch. They have just become somebody that they have been hoping to find. There's a feeling that you just discovered that you have not had discovered your whole life, living in the city, disconnected from nature, never having the experience of having been able to sit around a campfire. And it's something very, very magical that our ancestors had on a regular basis. And they used fire for ceremonies and for symbolism and for all kinds of life important things. So it's a very, very, a very important thing that I think I might make a video about. The sacred manifest of fire to the Germanic people. Or in general, something like that. That'd be a cool idea for a video. I think I will write that on my mental note. I'll have to save it to memory. Yeah. Yeah, infrared energy does influence us quite well. If the sun comes out, you can instantly feel a lot better. That is absolutely true. And the stars. Yeah, but unfortunately, we don't see much stars here in Germany. We've got rain 352 days a year, usually, and clouds. Okay, Bob, it looks like you are heading out. So 48 minutes. Yeah, we're about to hit an hour. I think we're going to do about an hour today, and then we're going to close it down. So I think if Bob is actually leaving, it looks like. So we'll say I will see you soon. Stay safe, Bob, and see you soon. Thanks for tuning in. And yes, to cook over open fires. Oh, it is very satisfying. As a matter of fact, Matthias Treeman, once you get your first fire, your flint steel fire started, you should also plan ahead to make your own food on it, and then enjoy the experience of that. That is something absolutely mind-blowing. The feeling of freedom that overrushes you, the feeling of being one person of your own self. The Selbstversorger, I don't know the word in English, but being able to be the owner of your own destiny. That's a feeling that you can't describe it in words. It's something someone has to experience for itself. And that's good. I think it should be. Yes. Okay, well, have a great walk. And be well, and we'll see you soon. My dog's just sitting here now, looking Dogs. Yeah. Dogs are hungry. They got to play with one of them. The other one's still upstairs. Just make sure they don't get into trouble here. Yeah, ferro rods are like cheating a little bit, but they work as well. Flint and steel, yeah, like I said, it's very, very satisfying. And especially if you have, if you make your own meat and your own meal, the bug you fire, you just made your own. It's something else. And and speaking of around the campfire, it's an experience that I've shared many times with the visitors. I have people that I just have met or frequently out of just friends that I have been acquainted with, or new acquaintances that have not been familiar with the Viking camp and what I do. And the first time I take them up there is what I have them do. I put the flint steel pouch in their hands and here, make fire. And then they're nothing to do with it. They're like, what's this? Cougar is upstairs making a lot of noise. And they look at this bag full of things and they're like, what am I supposed to do with this rock and this grass and this piece of wood? How am I supposed to make fire? And it's very fascinating. Once you show them how it works, they want one. It's awesome. And that's where this comes in. I take a quick moment. It takes me a couple hours on the forge, but they may have something that could possibly open the door in their life to give them new opportunities to learn things they never would have had access to. And that's what I'm talking about. Not just fire, but and the channel here. I hope that someday this is helps people expand their horizons a little bit. And there's plenty of channels out there that do the same thing, but I try to be my own thing here and there, so that it's not quite too boring for people to tune in. Yes, makes flint steel kits for your friends. I try to see. My goal is that everybody I know that's in my close vicinity has their own set that I made. That's the important thing. So people can start to realize, what it is like to be able to make fire with nothing that's you get at a store or at a lighter. You could go in the forest and take things to make fire, and you know exactly where to find them and what they are and where to look for them, which is a fascinating experience for a lot of people. Yeah, if your forge space is an issue. Maybe get a medium-sized gas forge, for example. I know a lot of people have a really small gas forge, and all they make is small things. They do decorative arts and forge small things from time to time. That wouldn't cut it for me. The one I have is actually quite sufficient for the time being. It works very well, the gas forge. The cold forge as well. It's just that from time to time I have to make sure do some maintenance on it, grease the bearings, and shorten the belt because it stretches and and it spins on the flywheel, and you don't get any friction in the movement of the air blower. Yeah, that's really excited for some new projects. I have to make one more flint striker for a buddy of mine. He's not a Viking kind of fan, but I think he watches the channel from time to time. But he's a good old buddy from my old times when we used to hunt here. The house that I own here used to be the old hunting lodge that we used to get together. This very spot where I'm sitting is used to be my seats in the long table. I used to sit at the end of the Viking seat. And we used to sit here, and there's a lot of good positive memories about this house here, and I got the opportunity to purchase it when we gave up the hunt. Hold on just a second. Like who just fell down the stairs? It sounded like. One second. Who? I've got nuts. Crazy dog. Just fell down the stairs. Yeah, don't walk down the stairs, fall, fly, yeah. There are many ways. As a matter of fact, I did fail at making a bojo fire, and if you guys want to see me miserably fail at that, there's a couple videos ago, Yeah, I had a blast. We were up at we have a little bushcraft camp that we set up. It's about a 10-minute walk from the Viking camp uphill, but it's in a hazelnut populated forest where there's lots of cool resources, and the area there is absolutely awesome. And we like to go there and hang out. Oh, who did get hurt? He's like a rubber ball. He bounces around, using the kitchen out, looking to see if there's food. Yeah, it's the last couple of stairs. I would have checked on him if I didn't get. The usual reaction if he falls down is after 3 seconds he comes bouncing around like nothing happened, like a yo-yo, like a kangaroo, some kangaroo poo. Yeah, so he's got all kinds of funny names sometimes. Minus 10 degrees. Wow, that's pretty cold. Yeah, put on some socks for your poor dogs. That's pretty cold. As you gotta watch that their feet hurt like ours. I guess if it's minus 10, that's pretty cold. But they do love snow. It's not gonna. I think we might get just a little bit of snow this weekend, but type that melts and gets all over the ground, and yeah, make the Viking camp a mess again. So I can't work for 2 weeks. All right. I'm looking at going at about an hour here. That's our usual. Yeah, he's a funny dog. He was a piece of work to get him to where he was actually. When I got him, he was 8 months old from a hunter that had him in the local classified, and I wasn't sure if I was making the right decision. So I did decide to take him home, and he was a piece of work. He did not know how to use the bathroom outside, probably up until about a year and a half after I got him. It was a very difficult task to teach him that was not okay. He learned that I knew the guy who had him before beat him, because every time I'd yell at him or just raise my arm when I'm angry, he would roll up like a. So that's really hard. Nothing will touch him. So it's really hard to reach him in a way to tell him in a positive way that was not a right thing to do. Normally, if you have a blank sheet of paper to start with a new dog, it's really easy. You do something 2 or 3 times, and you get in there and you grab the dog and you tell him that's a no. It's a quick learning process for most dogs, but for Pua was a little bit difficult, and we've had our difficult times. He's hurt me quite a many times from doing stupid things like jumping up and pulling on the leash in different directions than I was walking, and he's actually injured me quite a bit. But he's grown attached to part of my life here, and he's a family member now. So we're real happy about that. "15 inches of snow." Wow, that's a lot. It'd be nice to have some here for a couple weeks. Well, no, if it snowed 15 inches, they wouldn't let us go to work. That would be cool. I could do lots of videos out in the snow. The sound is bad, okay? Okay, the reception might be breaking up, but we're going on about an hour here, so hang on. Just hang in there for another 10 minutes. We'll see how this goes, and then we'll probably be ending the stream here. I have to order some pizza and maybe do some online shopping. Yes. Got my new catalog here, the Blacksmith Catalog 2021, for all the cool supplies that I don't have any money for. I think I can make a fortune going on the corner with like guitars singing songs. And maybe they'll pay me to shut up and go home. We'll see. It's snowing there right now. That's pretty cool. Oh, we have the reception back. Yes. Yeah. Cool. Guess the dogs got their dinner. So pizza bestellen? Hast du bestellt, yeah? Okay, pizza's on the way. That's cool. Yes. Yeah, just for a couple of weeks, it'd be nice to have a nice new microphone. Yes, I have to look and see. I have no idea what I should buy. And if you guys want to see right now, I lost the what do you call it, styrofoam thing. So I put some socks. This is real funny. I put some old socks over my microphone. As I heard laughing upstairs, and that's my sound muffle. So it's temporary. That's my camera microphone. I have it hooked up to the computer now, so we can hear at least something. I will be looking into a new microphone. That is for sure. Very soon. Oh, you're having pizza as well. That's great. Yes, I could eat pizza every day of the year, twice a day, as long as there's no onions on it. Yeah, I don't like onions. All right, so we're here about an hour. It's usually the usual thing. We had all the usual suspects here tonight. I had a great chat, a little bit about what's going on. I'll be looking forward to my German video here this weekend. And I think I'm going to end this live stream here at this point. I do have a video that's not quite finished. I have a project in the basement, and I couldn't finish it. It would have been online already if I had a 28mm drill bit, which I do have somewhere, but I couldn't find it, so I ordered a whole set of new ones, which will be here Saturday. So that video will be out this weekend as well. Hulta Force makes great axes. Yes, they do. And I look at them, and I almost, the mouse button is always like, buy, 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 and I can't spend $1,000 on axes just because they're cool and I want them. So it's really hard to not. Oh, okay. Stone pizza oven. Actually, there is a plan that I have for the future. I don't know if it'll be this year, but it is definitely for the future, soon, hopefully, to build something really nice. And it will be having a nice indoor fireplace that you can actually cook your food in. And then it's historically inspired by the very late Viking Age, with some archaeological evidence that they did have indoor cooking hearths in the wall, similar to the fireplaces that we have today and the pizza ovens that we know. So I'm going to be doing some research first before I start that project, but I have had evidence upon my research that they have had that in the late Viking Age. That would be very cool. And like I said, I have to be planning my projects one at a time, the resources and all that. And yeah, it is easy to make, but you gotta get the right stuff. You gotta get the right stones, then the right clay, and you have to build it up in clay. Just talking about a little bit about what's coming up and some of the projects that have been going on. Okay. Well, I'll be ending the stream now. Good day or evening or night wherever you are in the world, and I'm going to get off the internet here and go check downstairs because I think somebody's at the door. I hear a car running outside. That might be my pizza. So with that being said, everybody, I hope you guys tune into the next videos. Hello, David Devine. You're dropping in right at the end. I'm glad for you to have showed up, but we're about to head out because I have to go answer the door. My pizza delivery is here. Yes, glad you could stop by to say hello. And so everybody, I hope to see you soon. So stay safe and see you soon.